What did we discuss yesterday? So deployments, right? Deployment. So, and then anything else? Triggering mechanism. Yeah, triggering mechanisms. Okay. So in triggering mechanisms, we have seen two types. So building a job remotely from remote machine. That's one thing we're going through remotely. Okay. And then we have seen one more triggering mechanism, which is build after other job, right? Build after other job. Other jobs. Okay. And also we have seen a post build activity. Okay, we have seen a post build activity. So what is the post build activity we have gone through?
There also we can run another job.
Yeah. So build other jobs. So once this job is finished, build other jobs, right? So that means this is the downstream. This option we call it downstream, and the first one is upstream. This is upstream. Okay. So upstream and downstream, and then also we have seen the deployments. Okay. And did anyone try this? No. No one. So in today's session, we'll look into backups first. Okay, how to take Jenkins backup. Okay, so before that, okay, we'll try to understand Jenkins directory structure. Jenkins directory structure. So we know most of the parts, but we'll see. Okay, and then backups. Okay, and after that, so we'll look into. So there are some options within Jenkins as well. We'll look at some of the options. Yeah, what is that?
Pipelines.
Yeah, pipelines, right? Yeah. So we'll see. If the time is left, we'll look in the pipelines today's session, or else we'll cover that part tomorrow. Okay? The pipelines is left, right? Yeah, I forgot that. Yeah. Yeah, this is. We'll see. If we have time, then we'll look into pipelines today, or else we'll cover this part in our next session. Okay? Yeah. Also, we have a few more concepts left as well, like email triggerings, and then testing, like how to integrate Selenium. Okay. Yeah, we'll look into these parts. These are the concepts left so far. Fine. So if you look at here, first we'll try to understand the Jenkins directory structure first. See, what is Jenkins home directory? Where can you find it? In user home directory, right? In user home directory, we have a directory called .jenkins. This is our .jenkins home directory. Okay. Now, cd.jenkins. Here you can find list of all files and directories. See, if you have any jobs created, you can find these jobs within this jobs directory. cd jobs. These are the jobs. Okay, and then every job will be having its own workspace. Okay, but here you don't see the workspace, right, for this job. Why? Say I'm in a job called build job. Why this job does not have a workspace? See, you will be knowing these things if you do practice it. That's it. Okay. See, the reason is the job will be having its workspace. See, where the jobs workspace will be created, on which machine? On master. Sure.
If we execute in a slave or no, it will be created under.
Exactly. That's the reason. Okay. See, if you run a job on a slave machine, then the particular job's workspace will be created on a slave machine. If you run it on a master machine, you can find the workspace within your master. So now, why we don't have a workspace for this job? because this job was run on some other machine. Simple. Okay. This job does not have it. No, neither this. No, 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 no job. No. So none of the jobs got run on the master machine. That's why we don't have any workspace within this. If you look at this, right? Now, if you look at this, the log history. So the job was run on some other slave machine. So every job was run on slave machines, not on your master. Sorry. Right? Now this job we have it, right?
Yes.
Now, yeah, this is building on master. Okay, let me try this. What is the job name? Deploy, right?
So where is the log file stored in this solution? The Jenkins master.
Sorry, where is the?
Log files. All the log files.
Yeah, we'll see that. But now, one thing here, one second. Why I can't find this here is it was run on master even initially. So the entire job was done on master, but we don't see the workspace. No. Is it deploy is the job name? Deploy is the job name, so no issues. Yeah, deploy. Sorry, that was I was looking in every time I do the same mistake. See, we need to look in the workspace. Then within the workspace, the job. Okay. So within the home directory, we have workspace directory. Then see actually that kind of directory structure, right? So you go to the job and then there we have workspace. That kind of structure you can find it on your slave machine. Okay. So see when you open the slave, right? When you open a slave, okay, what you can find the list of jobs there. You can find the workspace. Okay. Now, so here we have this workspace. Within the workspace we have so right. So the log files. You see this, right? And yeah, what is the question? If you want to find the list of logs, right? List of number of builds, right? See, go to the again jobs directory, jobs. Okay, here you can find list of jobs. Right. For example, go to build. Okay, here you have the builds. Okay, cd build. Now here the build number one, build number two, build number three, so and so number of builds. That's a log file.
If the project is continuously running on up to 6 months, the entire 6 months log files are saved or they are erasing.
Yeah. So then see that is you can restrict that. We have that option. Okay, we'll see that option anyway. See for example, okay, we have options in Jenkins that for how long you want to maintain the log files. Okay, so whether you want to maintain your log files for 2 months or 3 months or 1 year, so we have that option. Well, okay, or else if you want to maintain only recent 50 log files, you can also maintain that. So we have that option. Okay, you can restrict that option. We'll see that now. So here we have the log files. Here's the log. Okay, so we have notes. So within the notes you can find the notes, as you know this. Okay, we have two slave machines, which is Linux and then Windows. Okay, that's a configuration file of your node machine. So what is your node machine? Where is this? Yeah. So number of executors, right? Number of executors and your description, your node name, okay, and then your home directory, right? So and your host IP address, right? You can see everything machine configuration, your host machine configuration. So that's why .jenkins home directory is very important. So if you, for example, if this directory gets crashed, okay, then you can't load Jenkins at all. You don't load Jenkins at all because this is very important. Okay. Now, so since this is very crucial for us, so we need to take backup of Jenkins. Definitely, we need a backup of Jenkins, right? So let's look into how do we take backup of Jenkins. Okay. So if you want to take backup of Jenkins, Jenkins provides some plugins. Jenkins provides some plugins. With the help of those plugins, you can just download the plugins, then start taking the backup of your Jenkins. Okay, now let's see how do we take a backup of Jenkins now. See, in the same location we have a few more directories as well. Just you can just explore the directories. So we have secrets and updates and so and so. Now we have workspace, users, you can find the users. Okay, if you have any plugins, like if your plugins have any updates, you can find the updates within the update section. So like this you can find so and so information. Okay, so just try to configure this. And one more thing here, I forgot this. So users, workspace, so and so whatever. Now, so this config.xml, right? Okay, so we have config.xml. Okay, within this config.xml, okay, so here you see use security is true, right? What is this actually? So within your global securities, right? So first when you open that security page, you check there's a box called enable security. Remember? So if whenever you check that box, this value will be set to true. Okay, this value will be set to true. Okay, now if you want to disable this, just change it to false. Just change it to false, then your entire Jenkins security will be disabled. Entire Jenkins security will be disabled. Okay, now and then once you disable, just restart your Jenkins. Restart Jenkins. Okay, how do you restart Jenkins? What are the options we have is, so if you go to manage Jenkins, here you have an option to restart Jenkins. The bottom. Okay, so and one more thing is that just type restart. Okay, here if you type restart, that will be restarted. Okay, so we have these options available. But see what happens whenever you restart, right? See, Jenkins won't be restarted just like this. Okay, what Jenkins does is, firstly, Jenkins stops all the jobs which are running actually. See, first what Jenkins does, Jenkins lets all the jobs to be finished first. Once all the jobs are finished, then Jenkins will shut down by itself. So it waits till all the jobs will be finished. If any job is running in the background, Jenkins won't be shut down. So it waits. Okay. So usually we don't restart Jenkins. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. 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 So here it's a like, see in the dashboards itself on the left hand side, here it shows that Jenkins will be restarted and it is closing all the jobs. Here you can see kind of a message here. We'll see that at the end of the session, not now. Because if I restart it, it will take some time. So let's see how do we take Jenkins back. Plugins. So let me check it is already installed or not. It's not installed. Right. So first install the plugin first. Now we have a plugin called backup plugin, but this supports on so and so version. Okay, or else we have one more backup called periodic backup. Okay, see the difference between this plugin and this plugin is okay. See, actually, how do you take Jenkins backup is first of all you need to set some kind of configurations. We'll see that. Okay, but as of now, I'm going with periodic backup. So once we do is I'll I'll give you the difference between normal backup and then periodic backup. So what is normal backup? Periodic backup? Like what is periodic backup? On time basis, like every so and so time, right? I want to take backup. But what is the normal backup is, so irrespective of the time, see in that plugin you won't be having options to set take the backup automatically on so and so date. Okay, so you need to set the backups. Okay, you need to take the backups manually there. So we have an option to click take a backup, then backup will be taken. So that is manual backup. Okay, but here this periodic backup will be taken on some time basis, so and so time, so and so day. That's the difference. Okay, because I'm not able to install that. The reason is other one. So that's supposed basically on 2.6.3. Okay, but we are working on 2.6.0 version. That's why. Or else anyway, see this plugin, right? For this plugin, we have screenshots available within the documents for this plugin. Okay, this is a manual plugin, manual backup plugin. Okay, this is a periodic plugin. What we are downloaded now. Now, once it is installed, now here you'll be having option periodic backup manager. Okay, click on this option now. Now, so we are doing it for the first time. So click here to configure it. Okay. So what is your root directory here? It is that is our automatically it is taken. Okay. Yeah, Jenkins. Now, so if you look at here, this is okay. Now, but this is like say this is the directory or the location where you want to save your backup. Okay. Now, or else now first look at this option now first. See what is this backup scheduling. Okay, schedule your backup. When do you want to take your schedule? When do you want to schedule your backup? Okay. Now, so this is the same format like what we seen for triggering mechanisms. Triggering mechanisms, right? So we have seen the periodic backup. Sorry, periodic. What was that? Bill periodically. So in triggering mechanisms, we had an option called bill periodically, right? This is the same kind of cron job mechanisms. Okay, first minutes, right? So just take like 10 minutes, okay, and then hours, some 8 hours, okay, and then days, some day, okay, month is some month, and then day of the week. Okay, now validate this. Gone is okay. Gone is okay. Now, so if you look at this, the next option what we have is maximum number of backups in location. See, what is this option is actually, see, we maintain some backups, right? We always create the backups. That means on so and so date and so and so date, the backup will be taken. So every day of every 23rd of month, the backup will be taken. Okay, right? But like this, how many backups you want to maintain within your of your Jenkins? See, where the backups will be saved firstly. If you look at here, right, backup location, add a directory here. See, the backup file will be saved on so and so location. The backup file will be saved on so and so location. But remember this part, this is only your, what is this? Backup location, it's only your local directory.
Or we can save it in the GitHub.
No. So here that is not possible. That's only, it's only local. Okay, that is not possible. That's a disadvantage with these plugins. Okay. Or else what you can do is once the backup is taken, okay, then you create one more job within Jenkins. You create a job in Jenkins. Then what you do, you just move that file to a remote server. How do you do that? By using SCP, secured copy. You create a job in Jenkins. There, within the Jenkins, when you go to the configuration page, you have an option to run the shell commands, right? That mention the command called SCP command. SCP source and your destination machine name. You just move it. But here it supports only the local path. That's why it is specifically mentioned there. It's only local directory. Okay. Now, so we have a directory called directory1 cd ar1. Okay. So in this directory, I want to maintain my backups. So it is /dir1. Now also look at this. You can also validate this path as well. If you mention some remote path, if you mention a remote path like IP address and so, something like this, like it is not going to validate it actually. It is not going to validate. So it checks only your local path. It is not going to check the remote path. Okay. So now validate path. Okay. Fine. Now, so let's come back to this option now. Like, see, maximum number of backups in location. See, in this location, okay, in this location, how many number of backups you want to maintain? For example, where is this gone job? Is it deleted? Fine. I was like about I want to go for about 0 2, okay, and then month star, days star, and it is want to go for
0.
0. You can go for 0 or 6. Yeah, no issues. Yeah, 0 or 6. 6 is Sunday, right? 6 is 0 to 7. 0 and 7 are Sundays. 6 is Saturday. Okay, so 6 is Saturday, right? So on Saturday at 2 a.m. at 2 a.m. in the morning, 2 a.m. and then 10 minutes. So and so time I want to take the backup, right? See, on every Saturday the backup will be taken. Every Saturday the backup will be taken. Okay, right. So if the backup is taken every Saturday, so every year that will be about 54 backups. Every year you will be having 54 backups. So if you do that, then there will be, if you maintain so many backups, then the server will be problem with the space, this space. Okay, right. So that's why I don't want to maintain more than 6 months backup. I want to maintain only 6 months backup. Okay, now here you can maintain how many number of backups you want to maintain. Either you can maintain about, like I want to maintain only 30 number of 30 latest backups. That's option you have. Otherwise, here you have store number of older days. Okay, what does it mean? For example, I want to maintain only like 30. I want to maintain only 180 days. Okay, only 6 months. So every backup I want to maintain only for 6 months. After 6 months, that will be deleted automatically. So either you can maintain number of backups in the location, or else you can maintain based on number of days as well. Okay, so that is possible. Now, and here, see file management. See, this is like, see we have two options here. One is config only, one is full backup. So whether you want to take only the configuration files backup, so, or else whether you want to take the full backup. What is full backup? The entire Jenkins backup is a full backup. What is config? Only configuration files will be taken backup. But usually we take the entire full backup. Usually we go with, because see, and one more reason is why do we take these backups is, see, for example, I have a backup which is taken on last Saturday. Okay, which is taken on last Saturday. Then, see, I'm going to install one more Jenkins on a server. I'm going to install one more Jenkins, a fresh Jenkins server machine on my server, one more server, right? And that particular server machine, the Jenkins machine, okay, the Jenkins application should have the same configurations and the same jobs. Everything will be the same. Then what we do? Okay, whatever the backup is taken, we take that backup and then we just replace the backup. Yeah, right. So how do we replace it? So for example, I have a Jenkins.backup file. I have a Jenkins.backup file. Now I have one more machine. See, I have one more. We have created one more machine called some 242.some230. This is a new machine. On this we have installed Jenkins. Okay, and the older machine what we have is 242.219 something. Yeah, 229 whatever. Okay, some 229. So this our latest machine is 230. Okay, on this Jenkins machine. Okay, for this Jenkins master, I want to have the same configurations of my which is the older machine, this machine, like number of jobs, number of slave machines. I want to have same kind of configurations. Then how do we do?
Just remove the dot and get started.
Correct.
Extract the existing.
Correct. See here, just say this is my latest machine. It's a new machine. Okay. Now just remove the .jenkins directory here. Remove the .jenkins directory, and whatever the backup we have, just replace that backup location and then extract it. Extract it. Then automatically you can have a .jenkins directory extracted. Right? Then what you do next? You can restart your Jenkins. Just restart your Jenkins. Okay. Or else we have one more option called so reload configurations from disk. Reload configurations from disk. Whenever you click on this, all the configurations will be loaded again without restarting Jenkins. Without restarting Jenkins. Okay. But usually if you restart Jenkins, what happens? Entire Jenkins will be restarted. But I don't want to restart Jenkins. I want to load the configurations. I want to load the new configurations. Then just click on these options. Then all the new configurations will be loaded. Okay. So this is useful actually when you do some configuration level changes. So when you do some configuration level changes within your Jenkins, right? Just load this file. Just click on this option. Then new configurations will be loaded. Okay. Now click on save. What is this now? So this is, yeah, this is kind of just a storage. Like, see, how do you want to save your file? Like which format? Whether you want to save it as a zip format, okay, or else whether you want to save it as the tar file, okay, what kind of format it is. Since we are taking backup on Linux machine, so we go for tar. Okay. So there is something problem with my Jenkins now. See, once you click on save, no, why we are getting this option now? Fine. Okay. Now it is ready now. So if you take, even if you want to take backup, you can also take backup now as well. We have that option. Okay.
Yeah.
Creating backup. Look at here. It is creating backup now. Okay. Right. So the backup is getting happening. So, but why it is taking backup? We have set it like to take a backup on so and so Saturday, right? By why it is taking backup now? Because we have clicked on this option, backup now. So either you can click on this backup now option, or else just let it as it is. The backup will be taken on so and so cron time, whatever we have said. Okay. See the backup, the plugin which we have gone through the firstly, right? What I said before, firstly.
Periodic.
So this is the periodic. Okay, but if you go for the plugin which I said firstly,
Backup.
just a backup plugin. So in that plugin, you don't have this kind of cron jobs options. You won't be having this kind of cron job options. So first you need to set the configurations, like whatever we said, that like where do you want to save it, so and so. Once you set it, you need to click on the backup now option.
In that case,
That's
at
it.
what time it should be backup?
There won't be any cron job options for you in that further particular plugin. You need to click on that option to take a backup now option manually. But here we have two options. You can take backup manually as well as cron jobs. You can set it up. That's the advantage of this plugin. But whatever the plugin is, whether that is the backup plugin or periodic backup plugin, but the files, your backup files will be saved on your master machine itself. That's a disadvantage. Okay. So it is getting taken. So that will be taken, no issues. So it will happen. See, once it is a backup is taken, once the backup is taken, when you go to the restore option, okay, if you go to the restore option, you can see the list of backups here. How many number of backups you have? How many number of backups you have? Okay, select that particular backup, select the particular backup option, and then there you can have restore that option. Okay, then your Jenkins will be loaded with that particular backup file. Okay, so and then, so let's explore a few more options in here. Say configure system. First option we have configure system. So within the configure system, so this option gives you your master information. Your master information. What kind of config your master is maintaining. So what is the home directory? So and so. Okay, and look at here. Even you have number of executors. Yeah. See, number of jobs you want to run on this master machine parallelly. That's number of executors. So this is your master settings. This is your master settings. Okay. So look at here Jenkins location. What is the Jenkins location? This is the location. Okay. So this notifications, right? We'll see that. We'll see this. We'll see this option later on. Email notifications. Then we have seen this global securities. Then configure credentials. Now look at this configure tool, global tool configuration. See, we have seen this. We remember this part. Okay. See, while running some ant jobs, or while we are creating some slave missions. Okay, there we are looking into these options, right? See, you can create your own JDK versions or like Git, okay, or else your ant versions, or else your Maven versions, or else your Maven versions. So once you set it up, then you can see all these versions while you configure the job. While you configure your job, you can see all these options like on which ant version you want to run, on which Maven version you want to build your job, okay, and the JDK versions. You can see all these options. So if you click on the build environments, here we have the option on which environment you want to build. Okay, on Ant version and JDK version, so and so, right? So we have seen these options, right? See this option, right? The build option. So in previous versions, we didn't have this option. We didn't have this option like 2.3 or 2.4 versions. I think this option is available from 2.4 version, I guess. Okay, this kind of options we didn't have this option available. Okay, sorry, build environments. This option we didn't have this available in our previous versions. Okay, this is the best option what has been provided by Jenkins. You can select your different versions on which version you want to build. See, previously we used to get so many uh, version conflicts previously. Okay, so it has been resolved. Actually, this is a very good option. No. So reload configurations from disk. Okay, so whenever it is backup is taken, just reload it and manage plugins, system information. This is just your system information, yeah, master system information. Okay, so you're working on Tomcat server. Okay, your JDK, Java home directory, so and so. This is your system information, Java information, so and so, and your environment variables and variable Catalina home. Okay. Also, you can see your JDK at Java. Yeah, Java home. You can see all this system information, the host machine name, okay, home location. This is your system information, and one more thing. If you scroll down here, the plugins which you have been using, okay, which plugin you are working on, okay. So this is enabled, right? So you can also check the versions which you are working on, okay. See, these are very simple options. You can explore them by yourself. Yeah, so prepare nothing else. Okay, some simple options. Okay, the only important options here we have is the security part as well as the plugins part. Okay, and the global tool configurations.
What is Jenkins here command line command?
See, yeah, command line interfaces. So if you want to run Jenkins, if you want to use Jenkins through command line, if you want to use Jenkins through command line, okay, you can run the you can use Jenkins through command line as well. You can do that now, but before that you need to have this jar file running. Just download this jar file, or else here we have an option as well. One second. There should be a sample one actually. See, first download the CLI. Okay, Jenkins CLI. Once the CLI is downloaded, you just run that CLI. You just run that CLI. Okay. So like we have seen that, right? Okay. When we are launching a Windows slave machine, what did we do? What did we do first? Okay. See, we are trying to launch it by using a plugin, but that was plugin was not enabled. So, but how did you enable? See, there is one more option also to enable that plugin, to run that plugin. What was that option? When you go to the Windows slave machine, okay, the same way. First download the slave.jar file. Okay, then you just run this command. The same way here. First download the CLI, Jenkins CLI. Okay, after this, just run that CLI. And once you run that CLI, you can use your Jenkins through command line. For example, I want to build a job. Just say. So go to Jenkins here. Just run this command. Your job will be built. See, this case, usually if there are some users, okay, users which are like what we call them, so new to we have some freshers, like we have some new joinees joined our team. Okay, so we don't give access to the UI phase. We don't give access to the UI phase. Or else, if we have a, like yesterday we are talking about, like we have a developer. So we have a developer, right? So a developer wants to build his application. Right? See, if he wants to build his application, so yesterday we have seen that we give a remote URL, then he can build the application. That's one thing. Other one is, so you just ask him to download this URL, Jenkins CLI. Once it is downloaded, then whenever it is needed, he has to run particular command. Then job will be built. So and so. Okay. So you can use Jenkins CLI as well, but most of the time we don't use it. But you can use CLI as well. Okay. So these are the statistics, the system statistics, how the Jenkins system is reacting. So it is no issues with your Jenkins. If you see the red color, that is busy executors. Yellow means available executors. So Jenkins is available. Okay, so these are some of the options actually. I think we can cover pipelines as well. Okay, we can cover pipelines. So let's start with pipelines now. We have time left here. So what is a pipeline is? But we need that plugin, right? But that particular plugin, yeah. So but I don't think so. This version supports. No, does not support. So we need a different version. So notice this does not support. This version does not support because we are working on 6.0. Okay, this supports best of 6.0.3 or earlier version. Okay, so it does not support. Okay, we'll see that part on a in our next session.
Can you update it?
Yeah, you can update it. No issues, you can update it. You can update it, but it's going to take long. It will take some long time. Okay, definitely you can do it. See, so far yesterday we are running on a different 2.7 version, right? So, but see that server is down now, so I can't update now. So, let's look into explore a few more options in Jenkins. Yeah, we forgot this. Yeah. So if you configure the job, okay, so whenever you configure a job, right, see here within your general section, okay, we have some options. The first option is this called all builds. So this is what you are asking, right? So how many number of uh, what we call the build history, how many number of build history we can maintain. Okay, so here you have it. Okay, see for example, if you click on this log rotation, okay, then see here we have days to keep the builds, how many number of days you want to keep that build. Okay, whether you want to keep it 50 days, 100 days, or whatever, right? And then here we have maximum number of builds to keep. Okay, so within this job, the build job, right, within the build job, see we have three builds. Actually we have three builds, but I want to maintain only latest two builds. I want to maintain only latest two builds. Then the first build will be deleted. The first build will be deleted. That's one option. Okay, or else if you want to maintain your build so many days, you can also do that. 30 days. So every build will be maintained only for 30 days. After 30 days the build will be deleted. Okay, so we have these two options. We can go with these options. Okay, that's one option we have. And the second is the project is parameter list. See, this is also very important for us. Now look at here. If I go with boolean parameter, so just see what is going to happen now. Want to build now. So I've just enabled this option, which is the boolean parameter option. Okay, now apply, save. Now click on this build with parameters now. See, previously we used to have build now option. Now it is build with parameters. Okay, so you want to build? Yes, I want to build. Start building it. Now it is, the job has been triggered. Yes, exactly. So there are some options. Okay, now configure. Right. So if you have choice parameters, okay, what is the choice parameters? Like yes or no, true or false, right? So those kind of options. See, like this we have some parameters, right? So like choice parameters and build parameters, so and so. Now, and what the other thing is, see, look at this, right? They disable this project. So if you disable this project, you won't be able to trigger this job anytime. Now you see this, you don't have this option yet. We don't have that build now option. So even the job won't be triggered automatically. The job even won't be triggered automatically, or else remotely as well. We have seen the remote options, right, yesterday. So job won't be triggered either remotely or else automatically or manually. So job won't be triggered at all. See, for example, in cases like, okay, now we have set some jobs. Okay, we have set a job to build the job automatically, to build to get the source code from the repository and start building that particular source code. We have set it such kind of things. But see, what I'm doing is, today we have a release. Today we have a release. So if you have a release, I want to disable the other jobs as well, because other jobs frequently they're getting the source code from the repository. So what is the release means? What is the release? Release means, sorry, this application building and deployment. Application building and deployment. But why when we call it release means, whenever you want to deploy your application onto productions, then we call it release. Okay, I want to release an application. If you want to release an application, first we'll be building it, right? The building and then deploy. So build and deploy. Okay, but if you build and deploy it, so that too on productions. But for this particular application, the application one, I'm building it. But till yesterday, okay, there are some developers they are pushing the source code onto this repository, onto the project repository, right? But now I want to disable all those jobs. I want to disable all those jobs, because with the help of those jobs, what I was doing till yesterday, I was getting the source code and keep on building it, getting the source code, keep on building it. I want to disable all the jobs which are related with particular project. The reason is because I'm going with a major release now. I'm going with a major release. So if you go with the major release, we disable other build options, other projects, other jobs. Okay. So in that case, we disable. Okay. So if you have any releases, just disable the other projects. Then no one can build that job. Okay. But once you, for example, I have this job. Okay. This job is getting triggered on some time basis, on frequently, periodically. Okay. Now, but this time the job is disabled. The job is disabled. Then what is going to happen to that job? The job won't be triggered, right? But once you enable it, okay. Once you enable it, will the job will be triggered again? Yes, the job will be triggered because that will be in pending state. That will be in pending state. So what I'm saying is, see here it is 8:20 now. Okay, that is 8:20. Okay, I have set up the job to be triggered at 8:20 a.m. But at that time the job was disabled. Now I'm going to enable this job at 9 a.m. Enable this job at 9 a.m. Then what is going to happen to that job, to that build at 8:20 a.m.? Will it be cancelled or will it be in pending? Yeah, that will be in pending. So that would never be cancelled. Okay. Once you take it back online, then the job will be triggered. Okay. Okay. And this option, okay, execute concurrent builds if necessary. Execute concurrent builds if necessary. So what is this is, the job will be triggered on multiple slave machines. The job will be run on multiple slave machines. Look at here. When this option is checked, multiple builds of this project may be executed in parallel. Understand what is this? Say, I have this job. Okay, I want to build this job. Whenever I enable this option, execute concurrent builds if necessary, what is going to happen? The job will be executed on multiple slave machines now. The job will be executed on multiple slave machines and that will be run parallelly on the slave machines. That will be run parallelly on slave machines. Okay. But usually we don't go with this option. Never, we most of the time we don't do this. Okay. So we know this option, right? We know this option. Okay. Now, so we have seen source code management, build triggering mechanisms, build environments, okay, and build options, okay, and then post build activities. Okay. So within the post build activities, okay, yesterday we have gone through deploy, where files, and then here build other projects. We have seen this. Okay. So we have few more options like left, which is email notifications, and then you can run publish Java documents. Okay, so we'll be looking into these Java documents at the time of the project, how to build these Java documents. Okay, we'll look into that part later on. And the email notifications. What is this email notification is? See here, for example, whenever this job is triggered, I want to trigger some emails. Then what you do? We just send emails to so and so list recipients. First, you need to mention the recipients here. Okay, so some like user1 at the rate mail.com. Like this, you mention the multiple recipients. Mention the multiple recipients. Okay, once you mention the multiple recipients, then here send email notifications. Every build is for unstable build. What is unstable build? See, we have some options here. In which cases you want to send notifications, email notifications to these recipients, right? So the option what we have is send email for every unstable build. What is unstable? Like success failure, so and so. Right, that is unstable build. And here we have one more option called send separate email to individuals who broke the bill. Okay. So what is this? Who broke the bill?
Someone disabled.
Yeah, sorry.
Someone disabled the page also.
Yeah, someone disabled the bills. Like who broke the bill means, okay, for example, I'm a user. Okay, now I'm a user of, I log in as this user. Okay, for example, log in as junior user. For example, just say here, I log in as junior user. Okay, now if I log in as a junior user, then I'm building this job. I'm building this job by clicking on build now option, but the job is failed. The job is failed, right? So in that case, here send the emails will be sent separate emails to individuals who broke the bills. Okay, whoever breaks the bill, then emails will be sent to particular user, only the particular user, not to everyone, not to everyone. So we have that option as well. Okay, but if you want to set this kind of configuration, first of all, you need to do few more configurations first. Okay, so manage Jenkins here is global tool configurations. Okay, within global tool configuration, at the bottom you have an option. Where is this? Where is not there? No, it's not like it. Yeah, that's in configure system. Okay, that's in configure system. Okay, so here we have email notifications option. So first set up your server details first. See, we are sending some emails, right? We are sending some emails. If you want to send an email, you need to have an email server set up first, right? We need to have an email server set up first. So emails will be sent only through your SMTP servers, only through SMTP servers, not from normal servers. Okay, so first of all, you need to set up your SMTP server settings first. Okay, like your server IP address. Okay, then the port numbers and so and so. So you can get this kind of configurations from your networking team. Get those all these configurations and then set it up. Or else, if you want to try for a Gmail, for example, see Gmail SMTP port numbers, okay, and Gmail SMTP server address. Okay, get this all these settings. Get these all settings. Okay, and the port numbers, whatever it is, email prefix, and the port number. There is a port number, SMTP port number. 465. Okay, and reply to address, some email address here. Okay, okay, and once you set it up, this kind of okay, use SSL. Yeah, use SSL. Now, once you set up this kind of configurations, just click on save, apply, and save. And then here, whenever this job is built, automatically the emails will be triggered to so and so recipients. So and so recipients. Okay, right? But see, these kind of configurations you can get it from your email team. So in organizations you will be having Outlook team or email service team. Okay, so get these email triggering mechanisms from your email team first, then start set up these kind of configurations. Then only you can trigger your mails. Okay, and also you should notify your email team saying that I want to trigger my mails through Jenkins, and then that particular email team or Outlook team you need to configure this kind of settings on their servers as well. You can't straight away trigger the emails because the Outlook team or Outlook server does not allow you. Okay, fine. So this is how we trigger the bells. Fine. So, so in our next session, one second. Next session, when is our next session? One second. I'll just confirm it.